Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here in Bromley today in BRRR2, and I'm here with a very close friend, brother, and business partner, Mr. Daniel Moses. How are you today, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm all right, Faz. Great to have you. Great to to see you again, and thanks for coming.
All right, fantastic. Property cash flow expert Fazal Ullah here with Daniel Moses, and I'm looking at one of his latest projects. And tell me about this. How did this come about?
Yeah, this project is an amazing one again. As you know, you came down to see the first property that I developed from a 3-bedroom property into a 6-bedroom HMO ensuite rooms, and that we started last year November, and again we're here again November 2020 doing a second project. So this property started on the back of using momentum investing in. When I mean momentum investing, when I finished the first project, we did the numbers on that one on camera as well, and that property, we managed to pull out about £267,000 plus extra £15,000 from other rental income generated while we were still on a bridging loan. So in total, I think we were able to generate about just under £300,000 on that one. So once everybody that we took money from, builders, you name it, once everyone is being paid off, we had money left to doing this second project. This project was purchased for £450,000, and with the intention of converting this house into a 7-bedroom sui generis type HMO. That was what the plan was, but along the line, the plan did change due to planning and HMO not communicating, which obviously I'm clearly aware of, that HMO and planning don't communicate.
Can I just ask you, how did you ensure that you're purchasing this property at the right price?
Well, I do use my own internal systems to do some valuation. When I mean internal system, my own personal due diligence and researches. So one of the things that I did was to first of all value the actual property on itself on Zoopla. So valuing it in Zoopla, the property itself speculatively on Zoopla, the projected amount of valuation as it is on Zoopla was 475 to 500,000. That was what it was valued for by Zoopla. And based on those numbers, the property was actually on the market for 475. So the property had gone on the market before and sold, but due to COVID and lockdown, the sale fell through. And then when the lockdown was eased in June, the property came back on market, and I saw the property, and instantly I knew it was the right location. It's only 10 minutes walk to Bromley Shopping Mall. It's got the Bromley College. It's got the I forgot the name of the hospital, and it just escaped me. You have the big Princess Alexandra Hospital, not too far from here. I think Princess Alexandra Hospital. You have the big Tesco just down the road, and not just that, I have a 4-bedroom HMO not too far from here as well, so I know the area quite well.
Fantastic.
So based on that analysis, I knew I was, buying it for the right price at 450. So I done the initial valuation at 450, and then I got an external valuer, which cost me about £700 plus VAT to come as well to value the property, what it is now and what it will be once it's converted into a 6/7-bed HMO. And that was what gave me the confidence to buy it at 450.
And how many bedrooms was this originally?
It was a 3-bedroom family dwelling, 3-bedroom family home.
Right.
With double reception room downstairs.
Right. Okay. And you had your architect involved from day one?
100% I did.
And tell me about your thinking and your thought process and what you wanted to accomplish from this project.
Well, what I wanted to accomplish from this project is pretty simple. Number one is to continue to build wealth. And number three is to continue to increase my cash flow. And finally is to continue to use momentum investing, which means doing multiple of these type of properties and actually getting to own them for free. When I mean own them for free, that could be something that people might be confused about. So imagine this property values for £850,000 when it's finished. The cost of this project is going to be in the region of about just about £170,000 in doing the refurbishment work. The deposit and the professional fees involved in this property is about £200,000. So in theory, the cost of this project is, as it is, once it's finished, it's going to be about just under £435,000 once it's completed. Now, the property will be valued as a 6-bedroom HMO property, okay, in the postcode. That would give me a valuation of at least $1 million, all right, best case scenario, and my worst case scenario is in the region of £800,000. That's my worst case scenario. What gives me the analysis? Every single 6-bed houses in this postcode sells from around £790,000, £780,000, £800,000. That is for a standard family dwelling. Brick and mortar 6-bedroom houses. Okay. Now, considering that I have a 6-bedroom ensuite HMO generating me multiple streams of income, 6 tenants, 6 individual tenants, paying me 6 individual rents, okay, and generating in the region of £5,300 minimum per calendar month. So, which means the yield on the property alone, would obviously value in the region of what I'm expecting it to value. So that's just the thinking about it. So that's what gives me the drive to do what I wanted to do.
Fantastic. Okay, so talk to me about the offer and how did you reach that figure?
Well, the offer, like I said, I did my own initial valuation. The property was on the market for 475. Okay, it was on the market for 475. When I did my valuation, the property was good for 475. Even though the letting agents, that I spoke to, in fact, 2 properties that were sold in the area within that same period sold for 520, 510, and I think there was another offer going through at that same period for 490. So there was 4 properties on the market that I could compare this one to.
Fantastic.
Like I said, 420, 410, and about 490. So in my mindset, that is already a good discount. And knowing Bromley, this part of Bromley, I definitely know it's a good price, because a property that I converted into a 6-bedroom HMO last year was valued for £430,000.
So you brought this in June, is that right? Of
Yeah,
this year, 2020, right?
Yes, the whole process started in June.
And it's going to finish in March 2021.
Yes.
Yeah. So, talk to me about finance. Now, how are you going to be able to sustain the mortgage for between June and March?
Yeah, so this is what they say about property investing. You don't know what you don't know, isn't it? This is one of the most key thing about getting yourself educated. An educated mind will be bold enough to do a deal like this. First of all, I'm not paying any mortgage for the next 12 months on this property, because the mortgage has been retained for the next 12 months. So which means I have paid the interest, the monthly interest, or the monthly cost of the mortgage for the next 12 months in advance. So I have no mortgage to pay till September 2021. And now the buying process, the negotiation process alone from June, July, August, and I managed to complete on this deal in September. So I completed in September. So the buying process alone was about 3 months.
Right. So how much money do you actually need for this project to complete? I think you mentioned something around £470,000 per house.
Yeah. So let me break it down very quickly. So the property was purchased for $450, okay, and I paid a 33% deposit. 33% deposit to purchase the property. Then you had the surcharge. All right. The lucky thing I had as well is there was no longer stamp duty. All right. So you have the surcharge to pay. Then you have the legal costs. Then you have all the other professional fees. So first of all, in purchasing this property, going for the legals, going for the planning, going for the drawing, going for the party walls, you name it, that alone cost me about £23,000. So bringing the total cost of purchase at 180 plus the other professional fees, that means I spent just about £205,000 cash.
Right.
So the bridging finance on this will be 333. Remember, I said it's retained. So which means my current bridge on this facility, as it is at the moment, is 200 and just around 290,000 pounds mortgage.
Right.
All right, 290,000 pounds mortgage. So now with 290,000 pounds mortgage, if I finish a project in time, I will be refunded some part of my interest that I've paid. It will be refunded back to me. That's number one. Number two, I needed to invest another 167,000 pounds to convert the house into a 6-bedroom ensuite luxury finished HMO.
So the total amount of money in is?
So the total amount of money would be 205 plus 167,000 pounds.
Okay.
So you're looking about just 200 plus 167,000 pounds.
372.
You're looking about 372.
Okay, all right. And that's beautiful. What do you mean about retaining the mortgage? What does that mean?
So the retain here is that the interest is calculated on a monthly basis, okay, for a 12 months period, and then it's paid to the lender, and the lender gives you the difference.
Right.
Okay, so which means I don't have mortgage or monthly interest to pay.
Right.
On the money that I've borrowed. So the money that I've borrowed in this case was about 290k now. So if you plug the interest on top of that, that's about another 40,000 pounds, right?
Okay.
So the mortgage, like I said, I had 140,000, I had 180,000 pounds of front of cost, and the property was purchased for 450,000 pounds. So if you do the maths, obviously I'm not very good in mathematics on top of my head. So if you do the maths, you can see that I paid the interest. So the interest on the bridging loan would be in the region of about 2 to 3k a month.
Right.
Of that amount. So what I've done is pay the lender up front.
The bridging company.
Yeah, pay them up front the interest from the loan amount.
Right.
All right, and the difference, all right, is what will be paid off once I exit from the bridge into a buy to HMO mortgage on this property.
All of this money that you're spending into this, is this your money?
No. So what I'll say, the reason why I say it's not my money is very simple. I did my first development last year where I was highly leveraged, and once I paid out debt off, I had some money left. So that property number one generated me funds number two, which I'm using for this project now. So using that momentum, the cash left of just in the region of about over 140,000 pounds was brought into this deal as a deposit. And then, like I said, the upfront cost of this one is about 200,000 pounds. So what I've done here is I've been able to work with a few investors to loan me some money and to add to the 140 plus that I had left. That's number one.
And then what kind of return are you paying those investors?
Pay them in the region of 10%. Okay. 10% on capital.
How long are you loaning that for?
12 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you expect to get the money back to pay everybody off?
So once this property is fully completed, we will then exit into a mortgage. And once we exit onto a mortgage, what will then happen is we will get probably around 75% loan to value, or maybe 80% loan to value, depending on what product I go for.
Is this a commercial valuation?
Yeah, based on commercial valuation, I would be looking in the region of 7.5%. Sorry, 75%. Sorry, and then
of your end figure
of my end value once the property,
which we feel is going to be between 800 to $1 million, right?
Between 800 to $1 million if I'm over ambitious, but I've actually pegged my valuation in the region of 850.
Right. So you've used other people's money to purchase this property in the scenario that you've explained.
Yeah.
You're going to refinance a property on a commercial valuation
for 850.
For 850. So you're going to pay everybody off, and you're going to be left with some cash.
Again.
Some substantial amount of cash.
Absolutely.
You know. Okay. And you're going to be able to rent the property out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and create a cash flow of in the region of how much?
Gross cash flow would be in the region of £5,300 minimum.
Right.
Gross.
And once you're paying your mortgage, etc., how much are you going to be left with net?
Once we pay the running cost, we're going to be giving it to the management arm of our business as
Yeah.
on a guarantee rent basis.
Yeah.
So our guarantee based company will take on the property on a guarantee rate on a rent guarantee basis for maybe in the region of maybe around two and a half K.
Mm-hmm.
So which means the rent guarantee company will be generating in the region of maybe £2,000 to £3,000 net.
Okay. That could be me.
Yeah. So if I was giving this to a complete, rent to renter,
Yeah.
in that case, that they will be making that sort of cash. But this is one of the reasons why we have our letting arms of the business.
Beautiful.
So our letting
So
arms
here
takes
you
a lot
are.
of problem.
You've just purchased a property which for £450,000. The money in to do the work is about £372,000. It's cost you no money because you've used funds from other people. You're going to be able to refinance and pull out a substantial amount of cash, and you're going to be able to make an income from this property of around net 2.5K roughly every single month.
Yep.
Wow, that's an amazing project. It's a no-brainer.
It is an absolute no-brainer because we did it before, all right, in the same postcode, all right. We did it in BRRR1, we're doing it now in BRRR2. So, and the other property is just literally less than 2.5 miles away
Wow.
from here. So we did it before. We did the projection. We did our due diligences and analysis, and we knew that property would value for 700, actually 750. But due to lockdown, we got 700. It was still good because I always work with my worst case scenario. So my worst case scenario on that number was 700, and we got that just post COVID in June.
Right.
We got that valuation, we got that refinanced, we pull out that money, we paid off all our investors, and this one as well. We haven't spent a penny on the refurbishment work because we got an investor who's giving us about 100K plus, and we have our builder who's also putting about £60,000 into this project. So once they finish, I've got 2 months plus to refinance and pay the builder. He's £60,000 and pay the investor who's paid for the cost of the refurbishment of the property.
Wow. Okay, so talk to me about the layout and the standards and the number of studios and en suites. How's that gonna?
So we're currently now on the first floor. So as you can see, all right, for those of you who are watching, the camera can't tweak around, so just leave it. Don't worry, Joe. Thank you, darling. So we're gonna have one massive bedroom on the loft.
Yeah.
Okay, with an ensuite to that corner, and towards the end of this extension there, we're gonna have another dormer extension, which is going to be a kitchen.
Right.
So the room upstairs has got a kitchen, massive kitchen. I'm going to be showing the size of that kitchen upstairs. Okay. And then on here, we're going to have a massive ensuite. And then we're going to have a massive ensuite just right there again. And then we have another, we're going to have a utility room just right there for the washing machines and tumble dryers and you name it.
Okay.
Then ground floor, we have 3 bedrooms and we have another kitchen. Okay.
3 bedrooms on the ground floor.
Yeah, 3 bedroom on the ground floor with 2 kitchens, 2 bedroom on this floor, and then we have 1 bedroom in the loft space with its own kitchen. Well, it's been designed that the way we've designed it for the sake of planning now was that bedroom number 4 and 5 and bedroom number 6 upstairs will share that kitchen. But what I intend to do would not, I would probably allow bedroom number 6 to use the kitchen alone, and what I can now do is to increase the number of people in that bedroom to 2 couples. All right, so I can, having a studio upstairs, I can get about £1,300 to £1,200, all bills inclusive.
Amazing
for that couple.
Oh right. So tell me, Daniel, how many en suites do you need in order to be considered for a commercial valuation?
Well, it is when it comes to a commercial valuation, it's not about en suite at all. It's about the number of bedrooms.
Right.
Hence why I was going to go for seven bedrooms. So most times you could actually get a 6-bedroom property valued for commercial valuation, but it's very rare, except if you are already experienced HMO investor. Then yes, you can push for it based on what you've actually done. And also, if the property is in an Article 4 area, it doesn't matter. You can actually push for a commercial valuation. But in this particular case now, it was built with the intention of having a 7 bedrooms. So the beauty now is that because we have 2 massive kitchens in the house, we would push for commercial valuation to say, actually, we have 6 rooms, we have 1 kitchen, but we have 2 kitchens, which is about 10.5 square meters. So minimum. And just by that alone, I had a conversation with my financial advisors, and they've said we could be able to push for commercial valuation. But regardless, whether commercial valuation or not, brick and mortar valuation for a 6-bed property in this postcode will value in the region of £800,000 anyways. So
you can't lose.
So I can't lose. So having a 7-bedroom property will value for that 6-bedroom property, will value for that amount. So I can't lose. The 7-bedroom was just more like an added value, to just a little bit extra. But again, fingers crossed, if I get 800,000, 850, I'm good.
So how much money do you think you'll pull out of this?
From my calculation, I intend to pull out between 300 to 355,000.
Wow, enough to go on another project.
Yes, and currently, I only owe quite a substantial amount of that. So that will put me in the region of about £200,000 cash credit.
Fantastic. Why do you do what you do?
Well, why I do what I do is I've been through a lot of challenges in my life, and I've been through a lot of ups and downs. I know what it is to be broke. I know what it is to make it and then lose it. I know what it is to want to inspire. I know what it is to want to motivate others. My biggest reason why I want to do this, and why I really want to be wealthy, is to transform lives. One of my most favorite books was written. It's called the How to Think Like a Billionaire. It says you ought to go out and work so hard to be blessed, so blessed that you can bless other people. So, and why am I sharing this information for free? I want to be so blessed. I want to be wealthy so that I can help others to create the mindset of wealth. Because at the point where I got started in this journey of becoming a property investor, I lost everything in 2015, and I became an Uber driver. Not before becoming an Uber driver, in early part of 2016, I went to drive for Yodel, and I drove for Yodel a couple of months. It was tough because I was used to money, and then I transitioned from Yodel to becoming an Uber driver, and then I did that for about 16 months plus, and it wasn't me, but I lost hope. That was why I took this job. I lost hope. I thought it was finished. And then I discovered property because God gave me a vision. And from that vision God gave me, in fact, it is, I've never seen such a success in my life with so much peace than the one I've seen in the last 3.5 years. Because there's been so much solutions, there's been so much discovery, and above all, I became so hungry for knowledge. So the reason why I want to do this is because as a minority, especially us being black, and when you look on the news and you flip your channels, one of the first things you hear about blacks is the percentage of the blacks who are not doing the right thing is more than the blacks who are doing the right thing. And I think I could and I will, be able to transform life through showing practical examples, and especially everything I'm doing right now being documented in front of the camera. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. So it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. This country is blessed And this country is giving every single person, who had the privilege to come here an opportunity. And I'm so privileged that many years ago, I traveled to this country in search of a greener pasture. And I've been through the mills, I've been through all the challenges, I've lost it, I've made it, I've been through so many different types of issues in my life that I'm where I am now using one simple thing that everybody knows about, property, as a vehicle to taking me to those greater heights. And not just property, I discovered a power voice within me. Many years ago, I wouldn't do this in the front of camera, trying to share what I'm doing or what I'm not. But I believe that it's a new dawn, it's a new beginning, and I hope to inspire and to motivate others, because there is no, this is it's easy to become wealthy. Is easy, but it's what information do you have? That's the price people are not willing to pay. A lot of people can read a book, but they can't use that book in practical. A lot of people go to school to read, yes, but they can't actually make the creative side of it to actually creating wealth. In fact, most people think wealth is negative,
Daniel, I'm a property cash flow expert myself. I'm in the middle of doing some projects as we speak. We both know to make it takes a special kind of focus. What would you say are the qualities you need in terms of the right mindset to help you achieve the goals that you want?
Well, I think first is you have to have a vision. And then from having a vision, you have to develop the spirit of becoming a leader. You have to have the spirit of a leadership in you. And then you have to actually ask yourself, what is your purpose? Is your purpose to just be rich and be rich to yourself and your family? Or is your purpose to be rich and to impact others? And those are the questions you need to ask. So vision, purpose, and be able to lead. And I think at some point in my life, I was able to discover these three things. And it just changed my life. It changed everything,
How do you get that get up and go kind of attitude to actually do it?
Well, you've got to be hungry. You have to be hungry. Don't settle for less. One of the things I've realized is no matter what it has been, or no matter what I've been through in my life, is I always stay hungry. I remember once upon a time as an Uber driver, and I got excited spending the very first £7,000 in property education. And I spoke to a brother from church, and he said to me, "You're being scammed." And he said to me, "Oh, just stay where you are. This Uber driver job, are you not okay? You're making about 2 to 3K a month. Isn't that funny? That's good money." And that's what happens to a lot of people. A lot of people have jobs, they get paid good amount of money, £2,000 to £3,000 a month, £1,500 a month. They just stay there, they're comfortable. But I don't want to be comfortable at £3,000 income. In fact, I don't want to be comfortable at £5,000 income. 10, 20, 50, I don't think I'll be comfortable. Because I want to be able to give someone a gift of £5,000, for example, without having to worry that I gave someone a gift of £5,000. And that's the biggest thing that drives me. What drives me is I want to give to someone and not having to say, "Oh my days, did I just give someone 50 grand or 5 grand and I'm worried about it?" No, I want God to really bless me to a place where I don't have to worry when I give. I know a lot of people say, you have to have before you give, or you don't actually have to give. But the truth is, if you don't have enough, you're not going to be able to give. So you have to have abundance within you and outside of you in order for you to actually give and help. Imagine if I haven't gone to acquire so much knowledge over the last 3 to 4 years now, doing rent to HMOs, now doing buy, refurbish, refinance into HMOs and pulling my money out. If you don't give, you can't give what you don't have.
Daniel, I've seen you grown over the last few years since I've known you, and I'm particularly impressed with how you are able to maintain the quality of life that you have in every area, from spirituality to family, to health, to business. How do you able to manage that?
I think my biggest strength comes from God, because I hear His voice and He speaks to me. And I'm not saying I'm holy, but one thing is I've been able to develop, a relationship with God, to a place where God wakes me up sometimes at night. I hear a voice, wake up, get a book, get a pen, I need to talk to you, go somewhere quiet. These are real voices in my head. And I sit down and we have a conversation. And He tells me that's what you need to do next. And this is like I said, God, what God has done for me, I can't explain it. But there's so much inside of this conversation that if I was to give it if I was to lead you into this conversation today, we're not going to be here today. And I'm actually documenting how I actually started that relationship with God over 4 years ago. I'm actually going to be releasing a lot of series on that. So for those of you who are watching this right now, I believe that you should, watch out for his channel. And if you want to reach out to me, watch out for my channel as well. It's Daniel Moses on YouTube channel, and I'm going to be releasing that. So the subject is going to be God and business.
Amazing. Wow. Well, you're such a inspirational person to many others, to even myself, and we really look forward to seeing the completed version of this project. I'm really excited to see the finished article.
100%. I can't wait to share around. This time around, I'm so happy that you came to see the rip-out. Last time you came to see the finished product. So this time around, I can't wait to show you the completed project. We're going to be removing all the roof tiles, putting a grey new looking modern tiles. The driveway is going to be ripped out. This property is going to be a showroom.
Amazing. We'll show people around in a moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you
my
so
brother.
much for coming, man. Appreciate it, man.
Respect,
Respect to you,
really
my brother.
looking forward to seeing this work completed.
Definitely. So we're gonna spin the camera right now and show the audience what we've been doing. So as you can see, guys, that's currently all ripped out. All right. If you want to see the initial version of the video, go to my Instagram handle. It's Daniel Moses DM at the end, and we've literally ripped apart this entire property back to bricks, back to its actual true nature. And this is the garden, and that is the extension going down there. As you can see, guys, the extension going down there, that's going to be a bedroom. All right. And that is going to be a loft extension. And this size here, we're going to have a big size kitchen like this on the loft space. All right. And as you can see, we've already removed the entire back building. And yes, looking forward to showing you guys what this beauty will be like when it's completed. That's my daughter there, Angel. Angel, say hello to the camera.
Bye.
So Faz, it was nice to have you.
Fantastic, awesome. We look forward to watch out for this space. Daniel Moses is your man, and I hope the information has been of value to everyone else. This is property cash flow expert Fazal Ullah signing out from Bromley with Daniel Moses.